What if everything you've been told about decluttering after 60 is completely backwards? What if the gentle, take-it-slow approach isn't just ineffective, it's actually keeping you trapped in your own home? In the next few minutes, I'm going to expose 3 decluttering rules that every expert tells you never to break, and show you why breaking them might be the key to reclaiming your independence. This isn't theory. This is the real story of how one 67-year-old woman went from being a prisoner in her own cluttered home to hosting family dinners again, all by doing the exact opposite of what the professionals recommend. If you're tired of feeling overwhelmed by decades of belongings, if you're ready to stop tiptoeing around your own house, then hit that subscribe button right now, because this information could literally save your independence. And if this resonates with you at all, give this video a like. It helps more people in your situation find these life-changing strategies. Dorothy Chen's transformation will shock you, and her methods will challenge everything you think you know about organizing your space.
The hidden truth about senior decluttering. At 67, Dorothy Chen had reached her breaking point. Her cherished family home had morphed into something unrecognizable, a maze of memories, possessions, and paralyzing decisions. Hallways were blocked by towering boxes. Entire rooms had become inaccessible storage areas. And her adult daughter was pressuring her to abandon her independence for assisted living. "I felt like an intruder in my own sanctuary," Dorothy confessed, her voice heavy with emotion. "The place that was supposed to comfort me had become my captor." But Dorothy's story didn't end there. In just 1 month, she completely revolutionized not only her living space, but her entire existence. And she did it by deliberately violating 3 sacred rules that decluttering professionals insist you must never break. Her transformation challenges every piece of conventional wisdom about organizing after 60, and her results prove that sometimes the best path forward requires going against the grain. Why traditional decluttering fails seniors. Here's the uncomfortable reality that no one discusses. Mainstream decluttering advice is crafted by younger minimalists who have never walked in your shoes. These 30-something influencers preach about starting small, taking baby steps, and being gentle with yourself. But they've never faced the monumental task of condensing 4 decades of marriage, family memories, and life achievements into a manageable space. Marie Kondo never had to decide between preserving her children's first artwork and keeping her late mother's treasured china collection. These self-proclaimed experts don't comprehend that every single item in your home represents a chapter of your story, a relationship, or a piece of your identity that took decades to build. That's precisely why their one-size-fits-all approaches leave you feeling more defeated than when you started. They're solving the wrong problem entirely. Dorothy initially attempted the traditional route, spending exhausting months shuffling through individual drawers while her home remained dangerously cluttered and unlivable. "I felt like I was polishing brass on a sinking ship," she described her frustration. "The gentle methods weren't just failing, they were keeping me imprisoned." The breakthrough came when Dorothy discovered that sometimes the most effective solution is the one everyone warns you against.
Forbidden rule number 1. Never start with emotional items. Every decluttering authority screams this rule. Never begin with sentimental possessions. They insist you should start with obvious trash, expired magazines, old products, clear-cut disposal items. But here's what they fundamentally misunderstand. When you're over 60, virtually everything carries emotional weight. Dorothy shattered this rule completely, and it changed everything. Instead of avoiding her most challenging space, she walked directly into her late husband Frank's workshop, a room that had remained untouched for 2 years since his passing. "Everyone advised me to save that room for last," Dorothy explained. "But I realized it was the emotional epicenter that was controlling my entire house." The emotional first strategy works because when you conquer your most emotionally challenging space first, everything else becomes manageable by comparison. It's like removing the largest, most painful bandage. Suddenly the smaller ones barely register. Dorothy employed what she calls the memory preservation method, and here's her exact process. Step 1. The Essential 5. Choose 5 items that truly capture the essence of the person. Dorothy selected Frank's beloved hammer, his reading glasses, a photograph of them dancing at their 25th anniversary, his daily coffee mug, and a love note he'd tucked into his toolbox. Step 2. Digital memory creation. Photograph 20 meaningful items before releasing them. Dorothy documented Frank's complete tool collection, creating a digital memory book she could access whenever she wanted to remember. Step 3. Purposeful placement. Find meaningful new homes for the remaining items. Instead of letting Frank's tools collect dust, Dorothy donated them to the local high school's woodworking program. Frank would be thrilled knowing his tools are teaching the next generation, she realized. The pivotal moment arrived when Dorothy discovered that hidden love note. "Clean up after yourself, sweetheart. Love you, Frank." For the first time in months, she laughed out loud. He was still taking care of me, even from beyond. Within just 4 hours, Dorothy had transformed the workshop into a sunny reading nook. More importantly, she had processed her grief in a healthy way. "I preserved his memory while releasing his possessions," she reflected. If you've been avoiding your most emotional space, drop a heart in the comments below. You're stronger than you realize, and your breakthrough might be waiting in that very room.
Forbidden rule number 2. Never declutter everything in one day. The second sacred rule Dorothy demolished: don't attempt major decluttering in a single day. Every expert advocates the gradual approach. 15 minutes here, 1 drawer there, slow and steady progress. But Dorothy discovered this incremental method is exactly what keeps seniors stuck indefinitely. Here's the harsh reality. When you're dealing with decades of accumulation, gradual progress feels like no progress. You spend 3 weeks organizing one closet while the rest of your house remains overwhelming. It's like attempting to drain a lake with an eyedropper. Dorothy pioneered what she calls the lightning transformation method, completely revolutionizing one room in just 4 hours. "I needed to witness dramatic change to believe change was actually possible," she explained. The psychology is powerful. When you see one space completely transformed, your mindset shifts from "this is impossible" to "I can absolutely do this." That momentum propels you through your entire home. Dorothy's exact 4-hour revolution process. Hour 1, the Great Liberation. Remove everything that doesn't belong in that specific room. Dorothy started with her living room, removing dishes, mail, laundry, tools, and books that belonged elsewhere. She was astounded by how much didn't actually belong there, she noted. Hour 2, the Reality Assessment. Sort everything remaining into 3 definitive categories. Love it, brings joy or serves your current life. Use it, actively used within the past year, or lose it. Everything else. Dorothy was ruthlessly honest. Her 47 decorative pillows became 8 meaningful ones. Hour 3, Deep Restoration and Arrangement.
With decisions made, Dorothy cleaned surfaces that hadn't seen light in years, then thoughtfully arranged her chosen items. I had completely forgotten my coffee table was actually beautiful mahogany, she marveled. Hour 4, the celebration. Step back and acknowledge your achievement. Dorothy sat in her transformed living room with a cup of tea, something impossible because her chair had been buried under paperwork. The crucial insight: your energy and decision-making capacity are strongest at the beginning. The gradual approach depletes your emotional reserves before you see meaningful results. Dorothy's living room went from chaotic storage area to peaceful sanctuary in one Saturday afternoon. That evening, she called her daughter. "Come see what your mother accomplished today." Her daughter wept. She hadn't seen the living room furniture in 2 years. This lightning approach creates what Dorothy calls proof of concept, undeniable evidence that transformation is possible. It shatters the paralysis that keeps you stuck. Have you ever started organizing gradually and lost momentum? Comment yes if you've experienced this. Most of us have tried the slow approach and watched it fail.
Forbidden rule number 3, never involve family in decisions. The third forbidden rule Dorothy shattered transformed her family relationships forever. Never involve family in decluttering decisions. Most experts warn this creates drama, slows progress, and complicates choices. Dorothy discovered the complete opposite was true. "I had become a decluttering ninja," Dorothy admitted, "sneaking donation bags to my car trunk because I feared my children would object to everything I wanted to release." Does this sound familiar? Many seniors become covert operators in their own homes, working secretly to avoid family conflicts. But this secrecy was exhausting Dorothy and creating deeper problems. Her adult children sensed something was happening, but felt completely excluded. Everything transformed when Dorothy tried radical transparency through what she developed as the heritage preservation method. Dorothy invited her 3 adult children for what she called a family legacy meeting. She was terrified they'd sabotage her decluttering progress, but she explained her situation with complete honesty. "I need to downsize to maintain my independence in this house. I want your help choosing what matters most to our family story." The heritage preservation process. Phase 1, story sharing. Dorothy presented items she was considering releasing and shared the history behind each piece: her grandmother's china collection, Frank's military medals, boxes of family photographs, and her mother's jewelry. Instead of seeing random stuff, her children heard the memories and meaning. Phase 2, family selection. Each child could choose items meaningful to them, but with one crucial commitment: they had to take them home immediately. No maybe someday storage at Mom's house. Sarah chose the china set, but promised to use it for holiday dinners, not hide it in a cabinet. Phase 3, legacy documentation. Before anything left the house, they photographed items and recorded Dorothy's stories. Michael used his phone to capture Dorothy explaining each piece of jewelry, creating a digital inheritance for future grandchildren. The transformation was remarkable. What Dorothy expected to be a battle became a bonding experience. Her son reflected, "Mom, I never knew the story behind Grandpa's watch. Now it actually means something to me." Her daughter added, "I thought you were trying to erase Dad's memory, but now I understand you're preserving what truly matters." The china set success story. For 20 years, Dorothy's wedding china remained untouched in the dining room cabinet. Too precious for everyday use, too special to donate. During the Heritage Hour, Sarah revealed she'd always admired it, but assumed it would stay with Dorothy forever.
Take it and use it, Dorothy urged. China sitting in a cabinet serves no one. Now Sarah hosts monthly family dinners using Grandma Dorothy's china, creating fresh memories with cherished pieces. The biggest surprise? Dorothy's children became her strongest decluttering allies. They understood her goals and began helping identify items that could find better homes. Michael relocated Frank's tools to his garage. Sarah embraced the china tradition, and youngest daughter Emma inherited Dorothy's sewing supplies for her quilting passion. The Heritage Hour eliminated Dorothy's guilt about releasing items because she knew meaningful pieces were staying in the family. It also prevented future conflicts. No one could later question, "Why did you discard Dad's things without consulting us?" Have you been decluttering secretly to avoid family drama? Comment below. Are your adult children part of your solution or part of your problem? Let's help each other navigate these family dynamics.
The 30-day transformation results. After breaking those 3 forbidden rules, Dorothy's life underwent a complete metamorphosis. Let me share the incredible results that will inspire you to begin your own transformation today. The quantifiable changes. Reduced belongings by 65% without a single regret. Cleared 6 complete rooms entirely. Donated 23 bags of clothing to local charities. Found homes for 15 boxes of meaningful items with family members. But the real transformation transcended mere numbers. It was about reclaiming her entire existence. Safety and accessibility improvements. Dorothy could now navigate every room without obstacle courses. For the first time in 3 years, she hosted Thanksgiving dinner. "I have a dining room table again," she celebrated joyfully. Emotional and creative renaissance. Dorothy began watercolor painting in Frank's former workshop, now her bright art studio. "I'm creating new memories instead of just preserving old ones," she realized with excitement. Strengthened family relationships. Weekly family dinners resumed using Sarah's inherited china. "My house feels like a home again, not a museum," Dorothy said through tears of happiness. Personal transformation. The most powerful moment came when Dorothy's neighbor observed, "You seem lighter, more like your authentic self." Dorothy replied, "I finally have room to breathe, room to live, room to be myself again." From overwhelmed and isolated to confident and connected, Dorothy proved that breaking conventional rules can break you free from limitation. Her transformation demonstrates what becomes possible when you stop following advice that doesn't fit your unique life situation.
Your transformation starts now. Dorothy's journey proves it's never too late to reclaim your space and your life. Your home should support your next chapter, not imprison you in the previous one. If these forbidden rules have inspired you, show your support by hitting that like button and sharing this with someone who's ready to break free from clutter. Subscribe for more senior-focused solutions that actually work in the real world. Your transformation begins the moment you decide conventional wisdom doesn't have to be your limitation. Dorothy did it, and so can you. What's your biggest decluttering challenge? Share in the comments below. This community is here to support each other through these life changes. Remember, you're not just organizing stuff. You're reclaiming your independence, your peace of mind, and your future. Your best days are ahead of you, and they start with the space you create for them. Don't forget to subscribe for more practical strategies that honor your life experience while creating the freedom you deserve. Your journey to a clutter-free, joy-filled home starts right now.